I have one question. Because I have no idea where to look.
Yeah. Oh, you
Do
can
I
look
just?
right at smack at the lens, or you can look at me if you want to.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're good. It looks great on camera. Seriously. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Brandon Benjamin. I'm an artist and producer from Queens, New York. I've produced records for Kid Cudi, Lotto, Junie, Mavi, and I'm also releasing my own record soon. I got started in music production in Queens, producing for like a bunch of local groups and like the local rap scene. Right now, I'm working on a couple of singles, trying to release a couple of singles that eventually lead into an entire EP or project. And these are going to be my first releases. I haven't released music before, and I'm really excited about it. My favorite genre is hard because I came up producing trap music. However, I started getting more into producing alternative pop music once I moved out to LA. And it's been very fun because I could put the pop catchiness with the alternative like abrasiveness. And it's been really fun doing that lately. I prefer to do sessions with people, cook from scratch. I really like being with the artist or with another producer and just getting their reactions real time of what they like, what they don't like. And getting to know them. The human connection too is very important. Because roadblocks always come, writer's block always comes. It's inevitable. And so I just like to just keep making stuff no matter what. Just keep making stuff like it's a muscle, and I just have to train it and just keep going. There'll be a small thing about something that I like a very small thing about a song. Like, oh man, I just like how that clap just hits at that weird time. Or like, I like how they cut out the beat in this one section, and then I'll just, oh, I want to do something where I do something like that, but then make it my own. I work a lot with other people when I'm on my production side, and when I'm on my artist side, I'm usually working all by myself. So I get to see both sides of everything, and I think that when I'm producing, the best part about collaborating with people is that I get to bounce my ideas off of other people, and they get to sometimes, they get to put input on what I'm doing, and their input could just elevate the song or the beat or whatever we're working on. And that's very helpful. That's very cool. On the flip side of that, when I'm working by myself, it's great because I don't have to compromise with another person. Sometimes compromising depends on what it is, but sometimes it can diminish like what you're doing if you have an idea for something and someone else can't really see what you're trying to go for. If you could do it yourself and not have to compromise with anyone, then you could sometimes just get something really good out of that. If I could talk to my younger self starting out, I would just say to be patient. I'd say just be patient and learn some technical audio stuff, because you're going to be in a bunch of pro studios where it's going to be a lot of wires and stuff. And early on, when I used to see that, I would just be like, oh my God, what is a patch bay? Oh my God, I don't know. What is all these things doing? I don't know. But just brush up on that, and that's what I would tell younger me. This is how I created my track Mental Ecstasy, which is my first single, which will be coming out very soon. My drums that I have that are like driving the song, it's a combination of a live loop, but also I added some one shots to kind of make the drums more up front. I would play the hat and the kick and the snare. I just set the jamstik, set the sample so that it was hitting on C2, C3, and kind of use that to get the groove that I wanted, because it just feels more natural to me than just like clicking it in. So I'll do it a lot in my songwriting too. I'll do a lot in my songwriting where in my songwriting, I'll play the drums on the Jamstik just so I could get a feel of how I want things to kind of rock in the song, you know. Do the snare right here. I have that to kind of bring it more up front. Got this kick that's kind of like giving it a little punch. I have my hats right here. That's kind of reinforcing these live hats that's in this loop. And towards the end of the song is when everything kind of builds, and so we get the electric piano. I played it with more. Oh wait, 1 second. Yeah. Right here is me just deciding what I want to do with the piano part right here, with the electric piano. As you can see, like, I'll go through and just try a bunch of different things. So even right here, if I could find the MIDI information right here, like a bunch of different takes of me just trying to find the right thing. And just me just trying, like, trial and error just to see what fits right. Because, you know, you never know until you try it. But I eventually just ended up just going back to the original. I added a acoustic piano to kind of make the last hook hit a little bit more, just give it like a grand ending. And everything I played on the Jamstik. So really was just trying to make everything as big as possible. Made the bass bigger. I even took the organ that I played, lowered it by an octave just so that it could get that deeper feeling. And with everything being played on the Jamstik, I really was able to, just experiment, see what things that I wanted to incorporate into the instrumental for this big last hook, trying to figure out how I wanted everything to fit together in the puzzle. The thing that brought me to the Jamstik is that I can't play keys. Like I can't play keys at all. Guitar, I spent so much time learning guitar that it's kind of just, it feels like it's my native language. So trying to play on keys for MIDI, it's like translating into another language and trying to get my full thoughts and ideas out. And it's really hard. This is just what's been comfortable for me for the amount of time I've been using the Jamstik. It's like a couple years. It's been really comfortable, and I don't have to think twice about it. I could just go in, lay down what I gotta lay down, and then that's it. I don't use any other MIDI controllers just because this is the only one that's kind of like catered to how I play, how I think.